What's up, guys? This is probably going to be the most miscellaneous video I've kind of made on this channel. It's going to be a little bit about a certain topic, but also just kind of plans I have in the next couple weeks. Obviously, I've been quarantined in the house, so I've been playing a lot of Battlefront 2 and got a lot of things to say. I think I got two different videos in mind, actually. One just comparing Battlefront 2 to Jedi Fallen Order, which is another great Star Wars game that I really loved. And then also maybe just talking about, what still needs to come in this game to keep it going. It's in a good place now, but, what do we need to have moving forward if it's going to continue, to give us content, as we move deeper into the year. But right now, I just kind of want to talk about how I play the game, Battlefront 2 right now, and some of the things I see. Again, I love this game. I think I said on this channel already. There hasn't been a game I put more hours in than Battlefront 2. A lot of it has to do with just how long it's been out, but I play the shit out of this game so much, especially during this quarantine. And when I was playing Heroes vs. Villains the other day, it just kind of dawned on me how all the bugs and glitches we've seen over the years have really just impacted the way you think about the gameplay sometimes. So I was Rey, and I was attacking characters from behind, and sometimes the lightsaber hit wasn't registering, and sometimes the blaster heroes, they really have to rely upon their rolls to avoid the lightsaber heroes. When I saw some of my hits weren't registering from the back and against some of the rolls which I thought should hit, I just summed it up to a glitch. Like, I couldn't tell if it was me not being good enough or not timing it right or just missing, but there's been so many glitches, it was easier for me to just be like, that must be a glitch, and I think that's a problem with the game. I really do think they need to take a month or two, even 2 months if it takes them, just to figure out some of these glitches and make it cleaner, from all the issues we've had with hit detection, glitches with stamina. That's another thing, is that when I was Anakin and Rey, I would find myself in situations where I would run out of stamina and be like, man, is that a stamina glitch? Because it just didn't seem like I should have been out of stamina at that moment. And again, we've had these glitches before. They've been so many of them that there's so many glitches in the game you don't notice until they're pointed out to you that you've just been playing with. So I think it'd be better, just for the overall gameplay, you need to fix these glitches, because as a player, you don't know if it's a glitch or if you're just not playing well enough. Are you actually missing that character, or is it a glitch? Did you actually run out of stamina, or was it just a glitch that made you run out of stamina? It's seriously, we've seen so many different things during the course of the game that I think they really do need to take some time and fix it. And that's just kind of what I'm talking about. And then it'll be something I mentioned in the video where I mentioned things they need to just add to the game and things we need in the future. Alright, now I want to shift gears a bit, and this is just a video. You guys are going to see some gameplay and just hear me talk about Star Wars, different things. But the Rise of Skywalker novelization came out a few weeks ago, and I've seen some people talk about it. I haven't got a chance to read it myself, although I want to. There's been a few Star Wars books that I've read, but honestly, just sometimes it's easier just to hear people kind of give their 2 cents on the book, or just what kind of comes out of it. But I do want to read this one, because there's just a lot of things that Rise of Skywalker I want to read, and I see where the book can really add some context to things, which it seems like it did. And spoiler alert for the book if you don't want to be spoiled, but there are a lot of different things we find out from Palpatine being a clone, that Anakin, or Rey's father being one of the failed clones of Palpatine. Maybe not a failed clone, but it's a clone that wasn't force sensitive, so to Palpatine he was he was worthless. A lot of different things like that, the Leia speaking to Ben when he turns, and just so many different things they add context to in the book. And then I went back and rewatched the movie. I went back and rewatched the movie with my family, actually, and I actually really enjoyed that film. If you've been watching my videos, you know that I am higher on the sequel trilogy than most, although there are a lot of problems with it. I think really just the number one issue with it is that it wasn't planned out. I mean, if they had just planned it out from the beginning, it would be fine. But now you look back at it, and there is some things that I wish they did better. Of course, I'm not saying it's perfect, but I definitely look back at it and I think it's fine. It's good, and I think it will. I think it will be looked at. Maybe not ever be like the best Star Wars trilogy or anything, but I think it has its own things that it does. Better than some of the other trilogies. It does some things better, even though it's not the best story or the most planned, and they could have definitely used their characters a lot better than they did, because at the end of the day, when you really think about it, outside of Kylo Ren and Rey, most of the characters are either forgettable or didn't reach their potential. From Finn to General Hux to Captain Phasma. I mean, no one really reached their potential besides, you know, Rey and Kylo Ren. But again, watching Rise of Skywalker, man, Rey was just badass throughout that movie. That was her movie, no doubt. I mean, it was a great movie for her, and as a Rey fan, like that, go like rewatch that again, guys. Just watch it. Like, don't worry. Like, you already know she's Palpatine's granddaughter. Like, don't trip out about that. Like you know, it. And I want to say accept it is what it is, but that makes it sound like you shouldn't be upset and, you know, accept everything they give you, which you shouldn't. But I guess maybe because one of my other franchise I love was Dragon Ball, and to be so invested in the story of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and then recently they came out with a series called Dragon Ball Super, to see what Dragon Ball Super did to the original lore and the characters, to see how much stuff it just neglected and just, like, you know, can't even really fit into the timeline at all. That's some bad shit. Like, you can't tell me that Star Wars, you know, this trilogy did anything even close to as bad as that. So from my perspective, you know, I think I just kind of look back at it and just kind of respect some of the things that they did, and just love what I saw, because I really did love it. Again, other than just the fact that it wasn't planned out, everything else I'm okay with. I'm really solid with the sequel trilogy, and I hope that, you know, moving forward, that they make stories that just add upon what they've already done. And that's my problem with Resistance. I keep putting this video out there because I want it to kind of get some more attention. If there's one video on either of my channels I want to get more attention, is my Star Wars Resistance rant. I really do feel like that show was just piss poor in terms of adding to the sequel trilogy. You know, when you look at all the other anime series, and you look at all the things that, you know, all the holes that need to be filled within, you know, the sequel trilogy, that animated series was the great opportunity to, you know, to fill all those in. Give us some more stuff with Finn, either as a stormtrooper or even as a Resistance hero. Poe, General Hux, like there's so many of these characters they could have used and like made them just a main part of the show, and just so we got so many, you know, more stories with them, felt them better. It just could have added so much. Instead of dealing with, like, literally the top 10 characters of Resistance, maybe 2 of them have anything to do with, like, what's going on in the movies. It should absolutely, you know, be more centered around what's going on in the movies. And again, I'll put that video out there again. But again, this was just kind of a random video. I hope you guys, you know, like it, and, you know, definitely subscribe if you're new to this channel. I have a bunch of stuff coming, as I've mentioned here. And yeah, just look out for those videos that I've been mentioning. And I guess I'll see you guys next time.